I want to start by asking you, is there just too much oil right now in the world? We see the U.S. producing at levels where they're forecast to overtake Russia and Saudi Arabia.
No, I don't think so. I think what we have seen since we have done the OPEC and non-OPEC deal, that the level of inventories have been declining. We have removed from last year till today around 266 million barrels, which means that the deal is working, and also we are removing from the inventories, which means that there is not lots of oil in the market. There is a correction attempt, and it has been working very well thanks to the OPEC non-OPEC group. The market is reaching hopefully this year balance and stability.
Do you think the cuts will need to extend into 2019?
I think it's premature to jump to a decision beyond what we have done. We have met in November last year, and we have decided to roll over the deal for a whole year. We are monitoring the different factors affecting the world demand, the world supply, to ensure that we have adequate measures to balance the market within this year. I think the deal has been remarkably working very well. The compliance level has been beyond the 100% for the year 2017. The fourth quarter, we have seen more than 100% to the level where in December we reached 129%.
So when do you think we'll see a rebalance?
We are expecting it to happen this year. It's very difficult to predict when exactly, which month or which quarter. But I think there is, like you said earlier, the shale oil production have been increasing, and we are expecting that this year is going to be higher than 2017. And this is one factor. There is the production that is coming outside the OPEC and non-OPEC group, the alliance. So we need to monitor everything, and that will decide when exactly the time for a full balance of the market.
So what's the plan then for this OPEC, non-OPEC? I know some people have called it a supergroup.
I don't want to call it names yet. I think it's OPEC and non-OPEC alliance. This group of responsible producers have delivered and over-delivered on their promise for the year 2017, and the hope from the secretary, from myself as a president, and from the secretariat is to try to draft a charter of how are we going to continue working together for the sake of better economic growth of the world, and for the sake of ensuring that we have adequate supply to the world demand on oil. As you know, we are moving rapidly to the level of 100 million barrels demand per day, and there are very limited areas where we can see that supply could come. And as well, we have also some of the declining older fields that needs replacement in terms of reserve. So there are many issues to the supply side, as there are issues on the demand side as well.
Venezuela says maybe cooperation for 5 years. Do you have a time frame around it? How long this OPEC, non-OPEC alliance, supergroup, whatever you want to call it, could last?
My hope is for it to last forever, because I don't see.
Do you think Russia could join OPEC?
I wouldn't call just a country. I think the group of the 24 countries together are making a contribution to the supply and demand balance, and I think Russia is a critical country in this group, as well as Saudi Arabia, as well as U.A.E., as well as many other countries. The understanding between the different countries participating in this group have increased significantly from where we started last year. I think every country is responsible and have seen benefits from this understanding. And I think together we can expedite the balance, and we can in the future prepare for any unforeseen surprises in the market to avoid any glut or any shortage of supply in the future.
Tom Keene, the anchor of the show, had a question about Saudi Arabia. You, as the president of OPEC, Saudi as the biggest producer out of OPEC, we've seen a lot of political upheaval in the country. How do you work with Saudi Arabia in your dynamic with them to keep stability within the market?
I think Saudi Arabia have done remarkably well. First of all, the role of the Saudi Minister, His Excellency Khalid Al-Falih, in the year 2017 is a historical role, actually, for him personally and for the country, in putting together this group of 24 countries. The Saudi Arabia role in reaching out to Russia and ensuring that Russia and the countries from outside OPEC get together. I think this has been a great efforts from Saudi Arabia to balance the market. As OPEC largest producer, Saudi Arabia historically have been a critical member and a responsible member that keeps us together. And I think Saudi Arabia and all of the positive things that are happening in Saudi Arabia in terms of reforms are to the better of the OPEC group and the larger 24 groups, and also to the world economy. So I'm confident that Saudi Arabia is always going to be responsible and responsive to what this group of 24 are trying to do.
Speaking of Khalid Al-Falih, he's said to think that $70 a barrel is now a sufficient price for crude. We have the Iranian oil minister saying 60. Where do you see prices? What do you think is a fair price to trade at?
I wouldn't comment on a price, and I don't think any minister within OPEC means to comment on a price. We all agree that as OPEC members that the market will decide the right price. Our role is to ensure that there is the supply and demand balance. The market fundamentals are there, and to ensure that we have enough investments in our countries and in the world to ensure that we don't have a shortage of supply in the.
Are you happy with where it's at now?
Again, I'm not yet happy because we still have room to improve the over storage or the overhang in the market. We have still around 70 plus 75 million barrels to be removed. And I think we are focused on achieving the market balance. When is it going to happen? I think it's going to happen this year. Until we are there, I'm still not yet see that our role or our job have finished. Our job is still to ensure that we reach that market balance.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency.
Thank you.